Divyo hyamurtah purushah sabhahyabhyantaro hyajah aprano hyamana shubhro hyaksharat paratah paraha. Divyo hyamurtah purushah sabhahyabhyantaro hyajah aprano hyamana shubhro hyaksharat paratah paraha. Indeed, the formless being is both within and without, resplendent, unborn, ajaha means unborn, sabahya bhyantaraha, bahya antaraha, saha both is within and without, amurtaha. Murtaha is form, amurtaha means no form, formless, formless being, within and without, resplendent, divyaha, unborn, ajaha, aprano, hyamana shubhraha, apranaha without prana, hyamanaha without mind, it is pure, higher than the imperishable, aksharat paratah paraha, aksharat paratah paraha, than the imperishable, it is higher than the imperishable. In fact, this mantra is very famous because it is very short, it's very cryptic and very powerful. And here he is giving the definition of Brahman. One of the famous definitions of Brahman is there in this mantra. It's very potent. The theme is very subtle here. So the first line, he is giving the definition, asserting the truth. In the second line, he is negating the world by saying, I'm not this, apranaha, amanaha, I'm not this, without prana, without mind, etc. So assertion of the truth, negation of the world. Assertion of the higher, negation of the lower. So quickly we'll go through it. We'll come back to it when we are back again in the next satsang. We'll review it in detail. I'll just quickly give you an idea as to what this is. It should be quite easy to understand. Understanding is easy, but to get to the spirit is difficult part. So that you will have enough time to absorb it. So he says in the first line, it is the formless. Formless, he says, is within and without. When something is within and without, it only means it is sarvatra, it is all pervasive, it is everywhere. Anything which is in a form is not all pervading. When you say formless means is all pervading. So God is only a formless reality. It is there in the innermost core. It is there in the outermost cosmos. So it is there everywhere. Only thing is you and I don't have the eyes. I don't have the eyes to see. Why should I give it to you? I don't have the eyes to see. That's all. Very close. Innermost core. Everywhere it's there. Outermost also it's there. But if somebody has to go only far to see God, what does it mean? That fellow has no eyes to see. If I have to go to Balaji, if I have to go to Mount Kailash to see God, you want to say God is not there anywhere else? Only Mount Kailash is there. First you go there, Guruji, and then you talk. Oh, so divine, so beautiful. Huh? Same God is as resplendent, not only in Mount Kailash, is there in every every nook and corner, all pervasive. See, why we appreciate God's in certain manifestations is because, as you know, the concept spiritual evolution and the capacity to see or identify with God are inversely proportional. The triggering factor, the spiritual evolution and the trigger to attune to Brahman are inversely proportional. Means if a person is highly spiritual, what triggers him to attune to Brahman is very little. If you are highly evolved, you don't need much trigger to attune to Brahman. If you are less evolved, you need something staggering. You need something extraordinary to attune to Brahman. Obviously, you go right up into the mountains, you trek into the higher peaks, and it is all pristine state, and with your association of thought, it's all obviously going to have a certain charm on you. But day in and day out, the same sun, you will see the same sunset. In fact, everybody nowadays are cursing the sun god. Oh, so hot, so hot, so hot. It is summer here for us. It is so hot. Are eh? Don't you admire the same sun to be the Brahman? Don't you see? Don't you go into that spiritual raptures? So the greater is your evolution, the less you need to trigger to inspire you of Brahman. But it is the formless, it is within and without. It is resplendent. Divya. It illumines itself, it's self-resplendent. It doesn't need anything for it to be illumined. It is self-effulgent. It illumines itself. You don't need anything else to illuminate. In fact, not only itself effulgent, it not only is itself resplendent, it is that which lends its brilliance to everything else around. It illumines. It is self-effulgent. It illumines by itself, but it illumines everything else. What does it illumine? It illumines the body. It illumines your mind. It illumines the intellect. It illumines everything around it. But it doesn't need anything to illuminate. It is self-illuminating. One of the most powerful luminaries is the self. It is self-effulgent, self-resplendent, self-illuminated. It doesn't need anything to illuminate. Unborn. Brahman has neither birth nor death. Brahman doesn't go through any change. You and I are going to be born and dead, but not Brahman. So in the first line, he says it is the formless, it is the resplendent, it is unborn. The second line, he is separating the 5 koshas from Brahman, and he says not this. He's negating it. What are the 5 koshas? Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, Vijnanamaya kosha, Anandamaya kosha. They are the 5 sheets. The food sheet, the vital air sheet, the mental sheet, the intellectual sheet, and the bliss sheet. The 5 sheets are being separated from Brahman, and he's negating them. So by saying aprana, by saying without prana, he is referring to all the sheets. So I am not the body, I am not the prana, I am not the mind and intellect. When he says the mind, it refers to mind and intellect. I am pure. I am pure refers to no vasanas. Impurity is mala, is vasanas. Amala, no That pure means no vasana. So by saying prana, he says, I'm not the body, I'm not the prana, the vital ash sheet. By saying the mind, he's saying the mental and intellectual sheet. And by saying pure, he's saying the bliss sheet. I hope you got it right. By saying a prana, he is negating the annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha. By saying mind, he is negating manomaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha. By saying vasa, by saying pure, he is negating the anandamaya kosha. So the 5 koshas is negating. Lastly, he says, Aksharat Paratah Paraha. Akshara, it is higher than the imperishable. The world that you experience is perishable. The vasanas that you have will not perish because punarapi jananam, again you will be born. Vasanas are not going to die. So the imperishable here refers to Brahma, the vasanas, the creator of the world. I repeat, perishable is the world, imperishable is Brahma, the creator of the world, which is your vasanas. The vasanas have created the world. Brahma is the creator. No, what is creation of the world? Your vasanas have created your world. No vasanas, no world. So it is higher, aksharat paratah paraha. It is higher than the imperishable. Who is higher than imperishable? Brahman is higher than Brahma and the world, which is perishable. So Brahman is beyond Brahma and the world, higher than the imperishable. If you understand what these words mean, what they convey, you have got a direction to think. And then you just have to let your mind and your intellect explore those realms. Let's chant this mantra once again, and we'll get into the deeper spirit when we come back. Divyo hyamurta purushaha sabāhyābhyantaro hyajaha aprāno hyamana shubhro hyaksharat paratah paraha. Once again, divyo hyamurta purushaha sabāhyābhyantaro hyajaha aprāno hyamana shubhro hyaksharat paratah paraha. Swamyama, the Brahma is the vasanas, not Brahman. The vasanas is imperishable, not Brahman. So higher than the vasanas, higher than Brahma is Brahman. Perishable is the world, imperishable is the vasanas, which is Brahma. Brahman is the imperishable, higher than the imperishable. Right? So please take a note that we would not be having satsangs, this satsang for the next couple of weeks as I'm traveling. The next satsang will be on the, what is the, I think if I'm not
on the 6th of May, we will be again meeting the Saturday. On the 22nd and 29th, we are not having the satsang.
Next satsang will be on the 6th
of May.
Thank you. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.